Word notes present. Japan has never disposed of garbage indiscriminately. Once it has thrown away nuclear waste directly into the sea. Japan is one of the countries that promotes cleanliness and forbids its citizens to litter. But recently it was found out that Japan was making nuclear waste into the sea. This is why Japan dumps nuclear waste into the sea. The discarded nuclear waste water was used to cool the radioactive reactor of the Fukushima nuclear power plant, which was damaged by the 2011 tsunami. So, why did Japan dump it into the sea? First, run out of storage space. This decision was also approved by the Japanese government, and to obtain approval from the UN Atomic Energy Monitoring Agency after conducting an assessment for 2 years. And finally, the wastewater has been treated so that it is safely disposed of into the sea. This disposal will be carried out until 2051. And this has received criticism from various groups, including the Japanese themselves. Where do you think this is it? However, here are 20 unique prohibitions in Japan if you want to visit Japan. Japan is known for having a unique and diverse culture, which is reflected in various prohibitions that might seem unusual to outsiders. Here are 20 unique prohibitions in Japan.
1. No smoking while walking. Some areas in Japan prohibit smoking while walking to maintain cleanliness and prevent passive smoking. 2. No eating or drinking on public transport. Many trains and buses have rules against eating or drinking to keep the vehicles clean and prevent odors. 3. No shoes indoors. It's customary to remove shoes before entering someone's home or certain traditional establishments. 4. No topping. Tipping is not a common practice in Japan and can even be seen as rude. Good service is expected without additional monetary rewards. 5. No talking on cell phones in trains. It's considered impolite to have loud phone conversations on public transportation. 6. No blowing your nose in public. Blowing your nose in public, especially at restaurants or on trains, is considered bad manners. 7. No touching food without gloves. In some supermarkets, you might find disposable gloves available for customers to use when handling produce. 8. No eating in some parks. Some parks have designated areas for eating, and eating outside of these areas is discouraged to keep the parks clean. 9. No walking dogs without leashes. Dogs are typically required to be on leashes in public places to ensure safety and control. 10. No tattoos in onsen hot springs. Many traditional onsen hot springs prohibit entry to individuals with visible tattoos due to their historical association with the Yakuza organized crime. 11. No jaywalking. Jaywalking is generally frowned upon and can be subject to fines. 12. No littering. Japan has a strict anti-littering policy, and people are expected to take their trash home with them if public trash bins aren't available. 13. No noise on trains. Japanese trains are known for their quietness. Talking loudly or playing music without headphones is discouraged. 14. No photos in certain areas. Some temples, shrines, and museums prohibit photography in specific areas to respect cultural artifacts and private spaces. 15. No chopping sticks. Sticking chopsticks upright into a bowl of rice is reminiscent of funeral rituals and is considered bad luck. 16. No hiking alone. Some hiking trails have rules requiring visitors to hike with at least one other person for safety reasons. 17. No wearing shoes on tatami mats. Tatami mats are traditional flooring materials, and wearing shoes on them is considered disrespectful. 18. No noise in public spaces. Some all-you-can-eat establishments may have rules against taking leftover food home to discourage wastage. 19. No taking food home from buffets. Some all-you-can-eat establishments may have rules against taking leftover food home to discourage wastage. 20. No receiving gifts with one hand. When receiving or giving gifts, it's customary to use both hands to show respect and appreciation. These prohibitions reflect Japan's emphasis on respect, consideration for others, and cultural traditions. Keep in mind that while these practices might be common, they can vary depending on the specific location and context.